Saw Barack and the Hard Place team, Fox News analyst Monica Crowley, and that evil white man.
Yes, sir.
Alan Colmes.
You got me.
White man's last stand, Colmes.
Wait a minute. Didn't you you accuse him of demonizing an entire group of people?
Yes.
Didn't you just demonize an entire group of people by saying the left-wing media? Isn't that demonizing
There's
an
only
entire
like 8
group?
of them.
You just did exactly what you accused her of doing.
No, I didn't.
Second,
I backed it up.
Yeah, you're demonizing everybody. The whole left-wing media. Everybody.
I backed it up.
Left-wing. You also... Harriet Miers was pushed aside by Republicans, people like Sam Brownback, people like Lindsey Graham, people with whom she met. It wasn't the liberal media that did it.
Take on her that was important. All right, now wait, Colmes.
The same take as conservatives who said she was not qualified.
As always, you're pettifogging the issue.
That's a big
word. White
word,
man's last stand.
Yeah.
Okay. What if the New York Times had printed, "Black man take a hike"?
That's not what. It's white man. Wait a second, that's not what she said. That is not analogous.
Come on, Colmes. You almost tripped over your tongue.
I did not.
All right.
No, because what you're saying is so ridiculous. That's what they said. That's not what they said.
O'Reilly, he's so
Did you see the reaction when I just asked him about...
Because it's such a ridiculous analogy that it's not what the Times said conversely at all.
He's so busted. As a wise white woman with the richness of my experiences, I will come to a better judgment.
Well, you're a PhD,
than the white guy, Alan Colmes. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
But you're still stupid because you like Sarah Palin. According to Maureen Dowd, you're a dummy.
You know what, Sarah Palin, this piece by Maureen Dowd was not only racist, it was sexist.
Oh, come
because
on.
she went after Sarah Palin, and she continues to do so. This is not the first time. In the most disgusting, revolting way. And I found that women have attacked Sarah Palin even more intensely and viciously than men have. But when you read Maureen Dowd's piece today, what comes across is that, you know what? Given the politically correct multicultural environment in America today, the most radical thing President Obama could have done is nominate a white guy to the court. Because we are no longer a meritocracy, right? Now it's all based on some sort of affirmative action principles. You know, look at the coloring box.
But it
what
might be true.
Crayon are we missing?
Wait.
Oh, we're missing a woman. We're missing a Hispanic.
It might be true that Sotomayor is qualified to be a court justice. It doesn't matter that she's a Latina. Look, she's done pretty well in the hearings today. I didn't see anything that would make me vote against her in the hearings. Did you?
Well, here's the question. Sonia Sotomayor in the past, based on her speeches and
we know what she did in the past, but just in the last couple of days.
Is a liberal judicial activist.
All right.
What she has done in the hearings is cloak all of that to make her look like she's an originalist and a strict constructionist, which we clearly know she is not.
But Colmes, you have to admit that there is a race factor now involved in the confirmation hearing of a potential Supreme Court. There's a huge
Clarence Thomas was chosen to fill Thurgood Marshall's seat, not because he was the most qualified person, but because he was African American. Is there any doubt
How do you know that? Who said that?
Do you think Clarence Thomas was the most qualified person at the time he was chosen by Bush?
Brilliant jurist.
That is an opinion that you may have. Not everybody has that opinion.
Do you believe that Sonia Sotomayor is just as brilliant as Clarence
absolutely
Thomas?
do. And by the way, she is upholding court precedent. In the Ricci case, she upheld court precedent. It was the Supreme Court that overturned court precedent, and it's kind of contradictory to say, oh my God, because she would be called an activist judge if she did anything else.
That are not germane to what we're talking about. The crux of this matter, Crowley, is this. There is a strategy on the part of the left-wing media that Colmes denies exists, okay, to say, listen, white men have screwed up America. The reason we're in bad shape is because of white guys. We need to throw the white guys out and get anybody else. That's what's going on here.
Exactly right. And you know what Maureen Dowd's column reflects is exactly that. It's called white guilt. It's about 233 years of white domination in America. So now white people like Maureen Dowd feel you got to throw them out. You got to give everybody else a chance.
And Colmes, you want them out of there too.
Whether or not they deserve
Colmes, you want the white guys out of there.
I want the best people to be chosen for the court.
As long as they're not white guys.
This love fest you two have. I didn't hear Maureen Dowd go against Sandra Day O'Connor. I never hear her say, just because somebody is conservative, it's not anymore Dowd is against her. And the people you mentioned, Harriet Miers and Sarah Palin, are often renounced by the right who feel they're not qualified for the jobs they have.
You know,
this is not a left-right
thing. Is it okay with you, the headline, white man's last stand? Is that okay?
First of all, Maureen Dowd does not write the headline. That is a New York Times editor that does that. Yes, it's a provocative headline.
So it's okay. You, as an editor, would have written white man's last stand.
It's got you to do a segment on it.
Okay, would you have written, say you object to Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or one of those guys, Louis Farrakhan. Would you then write a headline, black guys take a hike?
Probably not, because there is a double standard, and that's because there's
Probably
always
not.
been
Explain it.
there's always been a white power structure. When you're a
So it's okay
when
to-
you're, yes,
It's
when you're a
okay.
disempowered group, when you're a member of a
Yes,
group
it's
that does not
okay.
often have
It's
the
okay
power.
to be-
it
it's
is
okay
a-
to be prejudiced
it is a
because of the
different-
sins of the
It's a
past.
different paradigm when you're the group that you're called
Okay, I
like
got it.
Gordon Liddy
You
says about.
That's why we love you, because you're honest.
Gordon Liddy
We
says
love you.
about this
It's
woman.
okay to be racist because of things that
Gordon
happen in
Liddy
the
says
past.
about Sotomayer, I hope she's not menstruating when they have conferences.
Okay,
this is
Gordon-
the kind of
how
stuff
did Gordon
that
Liddy get on
minority,
the program?
this is the
I
way
don't know.
minority
Look,
groups are
the bottom
treated in
line
this
is there's
country.
a huge double standard in this country.
Because
you couldn't get away with that
There's
black
never been
man
an
headline, Alan,
there's never
and you
been
know
an Hispanic on the court. Out of 111 justices, only 4 have not been white
but
men.
Why should the court
Well,
be a petri dish for
There's never
social
been an
engineering?
Australian on the court, okay? So
What is it?
we
We're
can't
an
be doing
American
that.
now.
I mean, it's ridiculous, and the
Of
court should not be.
Australian extraction. Australian
You go
American.
campaign for that, O'Reilly. You
I'm
make
not
that
campaigning
happen.
for anything.
Okay.
All I know is that Monica's smart and beautiful, and you're a dyke.
Look, I like your new book.
All right, Monica.
His
Thank
new
you.
book, Who's Looking Out for Australians. I like that.
Next on the rundown.